What's up, everyone? Hope you guys are doing all right. Hope you guys had a good week. Basically, this felt like, turning the camera on and just see what happens. I just hope everyone is doing okay. Hope you guys are staying safe, washing them hands, trying to stay inside as much as you can, at least stay at home. Obviously, you want to get out. I understand, I want to get out so bad. So I'm super thankful that I have a backyard and space so I can actually leave the house without actually having to leave the house, so to say. Just working out a lot. I hope you guys are staying active and not just sitting on your couch watching Netflix all day, which is fine. It's good to take a moment and to not have to be doing something every single moment of the day, but finding routine right now I think is really important. Finding ways to keep yourself not busy or preoccupied, but keeping your mind going, not letting it go numb or dead, because it can be easy, especially if you just wake up every single morning at 12 in the afternoon and you sit in front of the TV and you watch nothing until 1 o'clock in the morning, and then you go to bed and you wake up and do the exact same thing. Days can start to meld together, and they can start to beat at your subconscious, I guess, or your mind. It can start to just get at you and make you comfortable and make you just kind of complacent in life, which is not great, I think. So yeah, I just hope that now that we have time, that we are taking time to really enjoy the time that we do have together, with our families, with the people we live with. If you do live with someone, just to really cherish these moments, because obviously if you're working full time or if you're busy all the time, you don't really get to sit and spend time with them, which is obviously not easy, especially when you're with them 24/7 like we are now. Just to appreciate the moments we have with the people we love. It's good to take a breather from everyone, though. It's good to step back for a second and just be like, yo, I need space. I'm a little bit of an introvert, so I like having me time. I like being by myself. I like doing my things by myself. But even for introverts, things can get way too much by yourself. I feel like you can't just stay isolated all the time. There's a give and take. I think it's just being an introvert or an extrovert really shouldn't be an excuse or a justification for either being by yourself 24/7 or by partying, going out and just being with people 24/7. There has to be balance and compromise, I think, between the two. There's a difference between introverts and secluded people. Yes, introverts may like to spend time by themselves, but that doesn't mean that we hate people, you don't hate people just because you don't feel like interacting with them every second of the day. You get really a lot of energy and a lot of refreshness. It's not a word, but I know as introverts, we do get a lot of energy, and we do get refreshed by spending time away from people and away from the busyness. But at the same time, too much of that, I feel when I'm by myself way too often, I start to itch for interaction with people. I start to want to go out, and I start to want to see my friends more, because I'm good. Once you're good, you can't just do nothing with it. You want to do something. At least for me, I just feel once I'm good, it's time to do something. Being an introvert doesn't necessarily mean you're by yourself all the time. But anyways. I hope everyone is, whether you're an extrovert or introvert or somewhere in between, or you don't really care about any of that. I hope you are doing okay staying at home, because I know staying at home is tough. Like, I'm in there with you. Like, it's tough and it sucks and it's hard to be isolated. Like, isolation isn't fun. It's not great, but it, at least for like right now, it means something. Like, it's for a purpose, you know. Like, we're not just doing this because we feel like staying home. It's like we're doing this to prevent more of this disease to be spread, and it's tough, especially on those who just got laid off. Like, I myself have not been able to work for the past 3 weeks, almost a month, because of this, and it's tough. Like, you don't know where you're gonna get your next paycheck. You don't know if you live paycheck to paycheck. Like, you don't know how you're gonna pay your rent. Like, this is like something that's real, and it's not like something we can flippantly go, oh, we'll just take care of it later, and, you know, sit and watch another documentary on Netflix. Like, there are actual, like, people actually have these worries, and they actually have, like, these problems. I'm really blessed to not have to worry where food is gonna come from. Like, I don't have to worry about if I'm gonna be able to support myself, like, living by myself. I don't have, like, worries of if I'm gonna have a room, like a house to live in. My safety and security is pretty much set, and that's something, like, not a lot of people can say, especially if, you know, you're living by yourself. If you're living by yourself right now, this is possibly, like, the hardest time you could be going through, I feel like, because, you know, if you're not working, you obviously don't have an income to support yourself unless you have savings, or unless you, like, you budgeted well enough to be able to support yourself that way. And if you haven't, this has really probably shook you in a lot. So it's tough. Like, I know it's tough, and I don't know if you guys watch the news, but, like, we're seeing a bit of a slowdown in some numbers, at least as far as it is in Hawaii. Like, I've seen numbers kind of slow down, which is good. It means that everyone is, like, listening and really taking this seriously, you know, like, doing what they can to, you know, flatten the curve. But it's obviously not at a point where we can relax. It's not at a point where we can finally take a breather, and, like, this is a time where we really should be, like, hunkering down even more, because the urge and temptation to now go out because everything is starting to slow down is real. Like, you're gonna wanna leave the house, and you're gonna wanna, like, be more lax about it, but we haven't seen the end of it, and until we do, and until we are officially told it's okay, we should treat it like it's not. That being said, I mean, if you need to go out, and if you do go out, like, just take the most necessary precautions possible, because, yeah, you never know. So with that being said, I left the house today. It was just really, really quick and really, really fast, but I got a few things to help with the nothingness that is happening right now. So I would like to introduce you to one of two of my new plants, and it is this little guy. Like a beauty vlogger. So this is actually, I'm actually gonna have to wash my hands after this. This is a ZZ plant. It is really, really cool. And he was actually pretty cheap, in my opinion. Like, they grow pretty big. But yeah, ZZ plants. They don't really need a lot of attention. Like, they like light. And it's just been a plant that I've had my eye on for a while. And just watching a lot of, like, plant videos. You know, just so cute. You know, like, he's just cute. He's just cute. Like, look at him. Look at him. This is ZZ plant. So, just trying to find where to put him. Limited space here, so You know, I'm the idiot that went out and bought more things to fill this room. Like there wasn't enough things in this room. But yeah. Not saying you need to go out and buy a plant right now. Obviously, I was not thinking very well, and I probably should have just stayed home. So do not follow my example. This is not a PSA to leave your house right now. Probably shouldn't. But I took as many precautions as I possibly could have. I wiped everything down that came into this house. I just love plants now. I don't know why. Like, I can't get a pet, so I have plants. That's my reasoning. So yeah, my little ZZ plant. Obviously, with the growing season beginning, a lot of these plants are gonna like start to bloom pretty well. Oh, speaking of, so a little update on my monstera. There he is. There he is. So like, as you can see, I don't know if you can see that, like he's starting to actually get like roots and things. Things are happening in there. But yeah, so I actually separated it because they came in 2 separate cuttings. Because this one, as you can see, wasn't doing so well. Like he was struggling a little bit. But his roots are actually coming in. If you can actually like see that, I don't know if you can see that. But like his roots are coming in. He's doing better because I separated him. I think this was like sucking out too much nutrients out of the water. But yeah, so they're doing well. I technically have like 4 plants right now. I think I'll just stop there. I'm not gonna be buying anything else because let's just cut that off before I start going crazy. Because I could be going crazy. Because if you guys are actually like, there's a plant channel that I watch very, very often. Her name is Plantervina, and I'll probably link her channel below. You'll see it in a card somewhere. But just the amount of plants that there are in this world, and they're so nice and so beautiful and so cool looking. Like, I'm not much of a flowers person. Like, I like getting flowers, but I don't like growing flowers indoors. But I like plants. I like plants indoors. I don't know why. I like them. Whatever. So last but not least is this little big boy that came into the house, and it is this. He is my biggest plant now. He is a peperomia, and I believe this is a variegated peperomia. Just from my limited knowledge, whenever you see like this like greenish white kind of variegation, it's different. There's obviously like a lot of different kinds of each species, and you know, if you wanted to get one of each type in each species, like your house is gonna be full. Just like the person's channel that I watch a lot, like her garage and her house is just like overflowing with plants, and it's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah, I think I'll stop with these 4 for now. And just let them grow and just take care of them. Monsteras are only cuttings, so they're not planted yet. So I'm just waiting for them to get rooted before I root them suckers. So it's just a matter of waiting. Well, these are actual plants. Like, they're not diva plants at all. Like, these are some of the most easiest plants to take care of. Because this ZZ right here, this little plant, doesn't really need water. Like, doesn't really need water. So you're not going to be touching him very often. All he needs is like light. He's an easy plant. You can just leave him, and he's going to grow, and he's going to be fine. But the peperomias, they probably need a little bit more light and probably a little bit more water, but like, you're not going to need to water them very often because those beads are going to like kind of water the soil for you. So I'm really not going to have to touch these plants. I'm just making sure there are no insects go on them. But yeah, so those are my 2 new plants and a little update on the monsteras that I have. Yeah. Again, I'm not saying that you need to go out right now and buy more plants. And I honestly Probably should have just been happy with the 2 cuttings that I had, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And yeah, that'll be the last time I leave this house. I haven't left this house in a long time. Yeah. Well, something that I actually really wanted to talk about, since you've been seeing a lot of music and a lot of creative musical things happening, I just kind of wanted to have a chat about that as well. Being creative while you're stuck at home is actually kind of easy because you have time now. Like, I have time to do a lot of things now. Like, I have time to, be making tracks, and I have time to be thinking about covers and actually putting a lot of harder work into my videos than I have before because I have the time now. This is something that I can actually put my time into. Obviously, I'm not working anymore. With that being said, I get a lot of questions as to how I create, and I know like a lot of artists and a lot of different writers will say there's no one specific way that inspiration happens. Like, you can't force inspiration into what you do. It comes randomly, and you either catch it or you don't, which is a cliche, and like, you hear it a lot already. Like, I'm sure if you've watched any TikToks on like songwriters or like writers in general, obviously don't take what I say too seriously. Like, I'm still kind of finding my way through this process. I think you never stop feeling like there's more to learn, because obviously so cliche as well, like you never stop learning, but you really don't. There's just too much. There's too much to know about a specific subject, especially music, which is super subjective, and there's a lot of different pathways and a lot of different things to choose from in music. Like, there's so many different genres, and within each genre there's so many different sounds that you could be choosing from, and like so many different topics. Trying to learn how to do music in a month is like trying to drink the Pacific Ocean in a day. Like, one, you really shouldn't be putting that crap in your mouth, to be honest. Like, you can't even drink that. That was a bad example. Like, you can't even drink that. But in a sense of like you trying to like climb Mount Everest in an hour, there's a lot to see of Mount Everest. I don't know where I was going, but you know what I mean. Like, there's a lot of different pathways, there's a lot of different choices you could be making in music. There's a lot of like different aspects of music making that you could go into. You could go into songwriting, there's production, there's vocal production, there's mixing, there's like the business side of it. Alright, so my battery died and had to wait a few hours for it to charge back up again. So I don't actually remember the last thing I said. I think it was something about art or music or something. But anyways, while I was waiting for my battery to charge, I ordered some pizza. So I hope you don't mind. I'm actually really hungry. Is this a mukbang? Whoops. Anyways, I know a lot of people always tell me like, oh, I wish I knew how to play piano, or oh, I wish I knew how to play an instrument, or I wish I knew how to, do something. There are a lot of people that I hear I wish I knew how to do this, I wish I knew how to do that. And honestly, it's getting over that hump, the space between wishing you could do something and actually taking a step to actually learn it or do it, and not caring about the consequences or not caring about the implications that come along with it. So like, if you want to learn the keyboard or the piano, like, you're gonna have to like buy just like maybe a rinky-dink like old little Casio keyboard to practice on, or like you're gonna have to eventually, like with any hobby or with any like type of work needs to be put into it, and time and an investment needs to be put into it. It's not gonna come like that, obviously. But I think a lot of people get discouraged because it seems so far outside of themselves that they can't fathom, or they can't even think about being able to do it, because they're like, oh, that's so not me. I don't have rhythm. I can't sing, or I'm off pitch, or I'm too this, I'm too that. Yes, there are natural limitations that like some people are better than things than others, and like you're naturally inclined to be better at some things than other people. But it's, I don't know, I just kind of wanna say, you know, you don't have to be stuck in that forever. For something that's as mechanical as learning how to play the piano, or like learning how to play the guitar, or something that yes is like 20% talent but really is like 80% work. It's investing the time to practice and to learn and to practice over and over and over and to relearn over and over again. Like professional players practice like every single day for hours and hours on end. It's like any like professional athlete does routines and exercises over and over again, and it's just a part of life. I think it's just a part of learning and honing that you can't really get past. Even if you had the natural inclination to do something, that only takes you so far, and then either you work at it or you just stay as far as your talent or your natural ability has gotten you. Once you're okay with that, and once you've decided like, I don't really care, not that you don't care about the consequences, but that the time and energy it's going to take to learn something is worth it, you just kind of have to go for it. And that's something that I feel like a lot of people don't really have anyone encouraging them to say go for it. You know, like it's not going to be perfect, it's not going to be easy, but if you think that the time and energy it's going to take for you to learn that skill or to learn that hobby and to do it well, I don't see a reason why you would not want to do that. I mean, I guess I'm speaking from a perspective of being a 22 young adult male and whatever. I have a lot of my life ahead of me, and I don't really have a reason not to do things. Whereas maybe someone with children or pets or like people to take care of, like they obviously have other implications to worry about. But if it's not going to impede on your ability to take care of the things that you need to take care of right now, so like your immediate responsibilities, if what you're trying to learn isn't impeding on that, there really isn't anything left except your own fear of not living up to the ideal that I think you're placing on yourself. I think that's where a lot of people get stuck. I mean, in this time of having a lot of me time and having a lot of space and time during the day to sit around and to watch TV, like it may be a good like idea to go after the things that you thought I would never have time for. Learn that language that you want to learn, or take up that class or something. Like, I don't know. I just want to say that times are tough right now, and yes, it's crazy, and yes, it's weird, yes, it's chaotic, and it's scary, but I don't think that you should let fear and panic overwhelm you. And if you're in a position where you are faced with that fear every single day, I'm 100% behind you and for you and rooting for you. Like, it's tough, and we're all in this together. We are going through the same tragedy, so don't feel like you're alone. People are rooting for you. If you're in the healthcare profession, if you're still working like in the food industry, if you're an essential and you're just doing your job, first off, thank you. Thank you for doing what you're doing, and thank you for putting your life basically at risk. And even though like a lot of us may not acknowledge you for it, we may overlook you, we may get testy, and a lot of people might get anxious and start lashing out at people. Just want to say thank you for dealing with it and for deciding to continue to be there. Because you could quit. I'm sure that if you're working right now and you're doing fine and someone just pisses you off way too much, it's just the environment is just so hectic and so degrading, you could quit. And it's an option. Not the best option, but it's an option. It's a choice. And I just want to say thank you for choosing to continue and for pushing through and for doing what you're doing. Because for the rest of us who are at home, surviving, who are trying to make this work, you doing your job makes it 10 times easier for us to do that. You're doing great. And yeah, I can't wait to interact with all of you amazing work folk again, because never thought a day would come where I say I miss seeing people and I miss interacting with people I don't know. Guess that day is today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's something super different and it's something that I've never done before. So comment below what you thought of it. Let me know if there's any other topics you'd like me to chat about for a bit. Anything relating to music or me learning how to play, go ahead and shoot me a message and I would love to make a video about it. But yeah, besides that, hope you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys next week.